Shake your left hand, gobble, shake your right hand, gobble, shake your tail now, gobble, gobble, gobble. Shake your left foot, gobble, shake your right foot, gobble, shake your tail now, gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, gobble. Can I have a beat? Can I move my feet? Can I have a turkey to eat? It's Thanksgiving, let's go all in where we have a turkey to eat. There's pumpkin pie, there's stuffing, oh my, and the people that I love are near. Shake your left hand, gobble, shake your right hand, gobble, shake your tail now, gobble, gobble, gobble. Shake your left foot, gobble, shake your right foot, gobble, shake your tail now, gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, the turkey goes, gobble, gobble, gobble.
There you go. What a weirdo.
Wait, whoa.
Who wants to start the show with that?
See, I just about shattered my glass on my mic. You wanted it.
Yes, I did. Woo! That was fun, you guys. It's Turkey Day.
Oh, wow. Oh, everybody, welcome. This is Loreseekers Live. We're getting ready to start here. Oh,
Needs
good
more
gracious.
polka.
That's how you get chat moving right there. That's how you get chat moving. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And if it's not a given already, happy early Thanksgiving, everyone. So there's that.
Yep.
Oh, man. Well,
That's
tonight's a special episode. Hey, hang on. Before we go any further, talk to me. Give me some levels.
It's a Twitch Tavern episode.
Yep.
That means I can say fuck.
Yep.
Yay, me.
Yay. I'll make
Cool.
sure I'm not too hot. Test. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, talk to me.
Test. 1, 2. Whiskey is willy good.
All right, I think we're good.
Cool.
Oh, so everyone, welcome. Who we got in here? Artsy, good to see you. Slash, good to see you. Jibs has quite the singing voice. Slagatron, good to see you. Rothgar, my man, good to see you. Laddie Brook, good to see you. Nick, good to see you as well.
Chivas.
Kitsune, hey, Chief, what's up, man? Oh,
Yeah, buddy.
hey, Adel, what's going on? Or Adele, sorry. Oh, especially when he's been drinking. Are you talking about last night on stream?
Oh, dude, I totally missed your stream last night because number one, I was at work.
Archery.
And number two, I was in VDSA last night. So on a laptop. So I was like, there's no freaking way that I'm going to be able to multitask, watch the stream, talk to chat, and do VDSA.
It's all right.
It's not happening.
It's all right. We divided and conquered last night. We'll talk more about that later. Are you recording?
Oh, shit. No, I'm not. Hang on.
Okay.
I got to do all the things for that real quick.
Board is ready. Sounds have been switched.
I knew there was like a giant open spot on one of my monitors. That's where Vegas Pro goes, dumbass.
Aaron, good to see you. Nubis Prime, what's going on? Oh, goodness gracious. We're getting ready to rock and roll here. Doing a little
Perform
bit of
update now.
No.
Is not the time for that. Okay, hang on a sec here.
Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Don't need this. Don't need this. Save that for the show. All right.
Blop, blop, gobble, 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 blop.
Now all I'm going to hear is gobble, gobble, gobble. Carb, what's going on?
Okay. Just putting it where it's supposed to go.
All right.
That's what
First
she
live
said.
stream to have been able to... Please tell me you have that queued up for the night. We're going to need it. Jugs, good to see you. Welcome to the very first Loreseekers Live. Glad we're able to...
Welcome.
Yeah. That's good stuff right there.
All right, hang on, bud. Sorry.
All right. Well, you do that. Everyone, if you got a drink, you know, the tradition, which we often forget, but we're going to do it tonight. Everyone, we're going to cheers. I don't want you to miss it because you'll get all whiny about it.
Give me a break. Hang on. This is what, volume 6?
What are you?
This is what pre-show looks like. This is what we do. Episode 4, right?
The blessing.
Oh fuck. Come
Well,
on.
we'll do this in a second. Apparently, I gotta wait on the other half. Jugs agree.
Oh my god.
It's cool. I'll just hold whiskey, man. I'm not complaining.
Okay.
Jim, you
what,
look so good.
I'm just
no,
gonna
you
put
look
this on my
good.
desktop and
You
not be
look
able to
good.
find it. So
This
how's that?
is what we do. That's right. That's right, Mitty. Good to see you. So a lot of you who are here, you're actually in the show. Yeah. Your questions got chosen. You are chosen. I have spoken. Okay, well, Ding Dong's doing that.
having an
Mandalorian,
issue.
though. What do you mean you're having an issue?
Go ahead and talk Mandalorian for a second. Jesus.
Mandalorian.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's so
Oh.
good.
Did you just moment yourself?
It's so it's so good.
Okay. I'm
This
looking at my
This
chat.
is the way. Yes.
I am recording. So, oh my God, I want to say something so bad about The Mandalorian, but I'm
Please.
not going to do it.
Don't. We need to talk about that off air because we hardly got time to talk.
Yeah, I finished it off this whole last cycle at work. I finished all 3 of them, and my buddies at work were like, "Oh my God, that is so good. When's that next one?" I was like, "I don't know.
This is the way.
This is the way."
Uh,
The other one was, "I've spoken."
I've spoken.
I started to say that shit at work.
I started saying that to my wife.
Hey, started saying it to my crew. I was like, "I have spoken." They're just like, "F you, dude."
My wife said, "Are you going to do this?" Yeah, I'll do it in a minute. She looks at me and I say, "I have spoken."
I have spoken. That's right. Oh, it's so good.
Oh man! All right, stream well.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
I got a new
Just
look.
take-
I got a new
oh,
bottle.
That's a great bottle. How about you open it so we can cheers?
Well, I'm sorry. I was getting my recording all set up. Man, did you take a dick pill
That's
right before this or what? Ooh, that's a heavy fucking pour.
that's a beautiful bottle though. It
That
really
is
is.
a nice.
What's the name of that?
This
I got donuts
is
in my way. I can't see it.
Woodenville 100% rye.
Okay. Can you text me that later? Because I want to buy some Friday.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Well, you're recording. I'm recording. Let's get this stuff started. Ladies and
both
gentlemen,
recording.
we are both recording. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Twitch Tavern. Now keep in mind this is an after dark version of the show. This is where things fly. All the things. So if you got little ones around, just be mindful. All right? We love you. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome. Before we get started, you know the drill on our Twitch Taverns. Yeah. These are after dark episodes. So if you got little ears around, just be mindful. All right? We love you. Enjoy the show.
Last week on Loreseekers. So it ended up being like, "Welcome to the Loreseekers podcast." It sounded like a freaking sportscaster. But I'm like,
Sunday.
I make fun of him, but you know the funny thing is that I apologize at 6 o'clock the next morning every time we record. I'm like, "Hey, I just want you to know I love you."
There isn't a whole lot of news, FYI, this week, but one thing we did get was an update on the Undaunted issue that's been happening lately.
Well, yeah, so we're going to do dungeon lore, and I'm going to try and do it without slurring my words because apparently this stuff is full of alcohol.
From the depths of the darkest caverns to the peaks of the highest mountaintops. Join two friends as they explore Tamriel and share their tales one pint at a time. This is the Loreseekers podcast. Hey, I got this itch on my back. It's been bothering me like all day, and I can't reach it with the sword or the dagger. It just can you help me out?
Yeah, you're going to have to find yourself a tavern once because I am not going there.
Well, Well, maybe she'll help me. Hey, see, here she comes. She knows what's up.
Good to see you, boys. What can I get you?
It's good to see you.
He's got an itch that
I
he needs
got
to
an itch.
scratch.
Can you? Okay. Well, that glare says it all. I think I wanna. I'm feeling a little Skyrim-y tonight. I don't know why, but I'm just feeling a little Skyrim-y. So, I'm thinking. Let's go with a Riften brown ale. What?
I'm actually feeling quite thankful and ready for the season. My lady, can I please have a Kwama eggnog? That sounds so good.
Oh,
You can
man,
spike it,
Coming right up.
by the way.
Spike. Can I hit? All right.
Can I have a stick so I can scratch my back?
Hey, look, it's a real problem. All right.
Okay. Somebody stab you in the back?
Yeah, you do on a weekly basis.
Yeah, well, you're used to it. That's what armor's for, dickhead.
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on? Yay!
Oh.
It's Thanksgiving!
My gosh. Gobble gobble.
He's under my chair, honestly. Yeah.
Huh.
My brother, it is Thanksgiving week, and I am freaking home. This is probably the first Thanksgiving in about probably 5-6 years that I've been home.
This is the first Thanksgiving that I have known you. No, that's not true. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. 5-6 years. This is what it feels like for me too. Because every time, just about every major holiday, you're at the firehouse. So this is nice.
It's very nice. I like it. Yeah.
It's
So
very successful.
it turns out that when I'm home for holidays or the days before, it's full of a bunch of freaking work. Because my wife likes the house clean. And of course, right now, because the entire world is already decorating for Christmas, so are we. So pretty much right after this, I get to parlay this evening right into Christmas tree decorating with the family.
Well, when you don't want to do something, all you have to say is no. And then you follow it with, I have spoken.
Yes. Okay, Mandalorian reference. Correct. But in this house, that is further followed up with a nut kick.
Yeah, same here in this house. In fact, I don't wake up the following morning. That's what that's followed up with.
Yeah, it's like that does not happen here.
Does not compute. So how you been?
No. I've been really good, man.
Yeah?
A lot of work this week and a lot of dabbling with some new characters this week in
Ooh.
ESO. Yeah. So dabbling with my Bobo Nightblade, having a little fun with him.
Uh-huh.
I'm really just don't really know what I'm looking for right now. The one constant that I have is I keep going back. I keep going back to my Templar to run content because a lot of the content that we run with the guild is hard mode, vet hard mode, all that kind of stuff. Actually, just ventured into veteran Dragonstar Arena.
Oh, jelly.
And got a complete on that last night, which was really, really cool. Shout out to Mission. Thanks a ton. Mission from the Brothers of Tamriel podcast is really freaking good with explanations and stuff for some of the harder content. So had a great time doing that and got my complete. I made the leaderboards in Veteran Maelstrom.
What?
And I still didn't get my damn lightning staff. I got a freaking resto staff. It's like, you've done so well in the battle of Veteran Maelstrom Arena. Here's an email and a staff you'll never use. I was like, it's even gold.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, no complaints. It just means I got to go back, but I've been having a lot more fun in there.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm understanding it so much better nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really enjoyable.
That's awesome.
So speaking of enjoyable, I rolled, and I mean, we might as well just say it. I just like, why hide it from anybody? I'm an alcoholic, and I know what the 12-step program turned into 13 steps, and the 13th step is roll another MF and tune. So that's what I did.
What did you roll? This is news to me.
I rolled a Magicka DK this week.
Oh, you're following the trend.
But right before the show, I rolled a Stamplar.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. All
So
right.
I was watching some gameplay and then watching Mission stream it and hearing some folks in the guild talking about it a bunch. I decided to roll a two-hander and bow Stamina Templar. So we're gonna give him a try, see how it is. The playstyle looks a lot like it is on a Magicka Templar.
Yeah.
And I really like that playstyle. So we're gonna give it a shot.
Well, right on, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
What have you been up to, buddy?
Oh, buddy, I have been having an amazing ESO week. It's been so much fun. So I was driving and I don't know I was thinking about ESO and I'm like, we've got that punishing bowman. I know it's not up to snuff with Dragonhold. I don't know what to do with it. And then I started really studying about PvP this past week. Really studying, just watching video after video, seeing different people's opinions, and just seeing how they do things, how someone may oppose that what someone else did, and and why, and just really just enjoying it. And so I walked away enlightened. I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. So the Punishing Bowman PvP build, which continues. If not weekly, it's bi-weekly. It seems to be our continued trending post at Loreseekerspodcast.com.
He likes to buy.
The Punishing Bowman PvP build is being updated for Dragonhold. We were testing it yesterday on stream. I think some people were here. They're currently in chat. We're streaming live at twitch.tv/LoreSeekersPodcast. And it hits like a truck.
Ooh, that equals death.
Dude,
sounds like.
These health bars aren't dropping. They're just, the bodies are just falling over. Literally. I don't see any health bars. They're just done.
I need this.
It comes at a great cost, though. It comes at a great cost. Because
That's what she said. What?
it's when you wake up the following morning.
Isn't it after dark? Are we in
Yeah,
the tree
no,
with
it
the
is.
nest?
It most definitely is.
Okay.
No,
Cool.
I was getting ready to do a movie line. I forget what it was now. But anyway, so it comes at a great cost, but it is so much fun. It fits experimental builds fantastically, and I can't wait to release it. It's currently in the beta phase. But anyway, so that'll be coming. So thank you all for trying out the build.
Yeah, we had a good conversation about that this morning on my drive home from work, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
We did.
It's really fun, and I'm not a build guy. I am a find somebody's build and like try it out, play with it, and then tweak it to my liking type of guy. But I really like watching Jibs dive into all the different bonuses that you can get, the different combinations of gear that you can put on, front bar, back bar, what skills you need to keep up, your rotation. I like watching this. This is good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was mid drink. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I've been drinking.
We had a good conversation earlier. I was telling you what set I was running, and you're like, you're a stam, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, you were telling me about the enchants on it. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's cool. It sounds like that thing works. Very glass cannony, but freaking just dumping people. Like that's fun. From range. Come on, man.
yeah, then you combine that with running with the PvPers over at Loreseekers, and it is just a massive damage and crit fest. That's what it is.
We're going to
man.
be talking about that in a little while.
Oh,
I got some
heck
shout
yeah.
outs and man,
Yeah,
it's
buddy.
all the things right now. It's been
It
so
is.
much fun. The game is like, you thought the hooks were in me earlier. Now they really in me. This is a multiple barbed hook. All up in my junk.
It's not coming out either.
Oh, there's always something new dragging me back in.
So before we get started with the Twitch Tavern, because we took your questions, we fielded them, and we chose 10 questions we're going to go through, plus a lore lesson and all kinds of other things. But before we get started, I want to let you all know a quick update. Last week we talked about the podcast workshop coming on Twitch here on our stream, twitch.tv/LoreSeekersPodcast. And it's officially happening on December 14th at 7 p.m. EST. And it's, again, twitch.tv/LoreSeekersPodcast. Long story short, we're going to take as long as we need Now I'm going to go through everything for you. I want to teach you how to podcast, answer all of your questions, and I will not stop until every question has been answered. So this could go into the night. I don't know. But anyway, it's on a Saturday. And if you're ever been interested in podcasting, I remember when I first got the itch. It was during WildStar. It was Star Wars: The Old Republic. And it's just, you kind of wonder, like, can I do this? Well, you can. And I want to teach you how. I want to give you everything that I never had. I want to teach it all to you. And we're going to also be putting this video up on YouTube. So if you can't make the stream, you can find it on YouTube. And plus, we'll have it at loreseekerspodcast.com.
Take advantage of it. Seriously, if you ever had any inkling about doing this podcast thing but don't know how to do it, please be there. This dude is the master.
No, stop. Thank you, though. That's really nice.
You're the master.
Well, we're both bald. Apparently, that means we have wisdom.
We do.
We do.
I'm just the hired help.
We're also very aerodynamic. That's the thing, too.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, last week on the show,
I like you.
before we get in the tease of news, because we have to talk about this. This is the Twitch Tavern, but there's something we have to talk about. All right. And it came in the form of a tweet by Loreseekers, or no, it didn't, by Elder Scrolls Online. So if you listened last week, we answered your fan mail, updated you on the Daunted event. Dungeon Lore made its return, and we talked a lore lesson on the Warp in the West, and that was one hell of a lore lesson. If you have not, but if you haven't listened to it, you need to go back and enjoy some of that, because that's some good stuff right there. Good stuff. This week on the show, though, it's the Twitch Tavern, baby. This is number 4 of Twitch Tavern. And this week, it's all about you and your questions. And then Cash is doing a lore lesson on
giving thanks in Tamriel. It's that time of year. It makes me so excited. I really get excited because I get to eat very, very soon. Something's going to be deep fried and all up in my mouth pretty soon.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. That's the one day where I talk to Cash. Usually the next day, he's like, I feel awful.
That's amazing. Go run a freaking marathon because I'm full of protein right now.
That's what she said.
Ooh, I don't know that kind of protein. Woo! Hey, shout out to Zinode here in chat. Just rated us 130 viewers.
Yo.
You're awesome, buddy.
What's up, Zinode?
Good to see you. Good to see you. There it is.
I was just in Zinode stream a little while ago, and he is very funny. He is very funny, and I love the freaking pirate stuff that he has going on. It's super fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, welcome, everyone. Oh, goodness. Well, before we move to the Twitch Tavern, wherein it's all about your questions, there's something that we need to talk about. So, this just kind of like happened. It was on the Elder Scrolls Online Twitter feed. And Rich, I know you're watching. I know you're here. But, so anyway, this was put out. Yeah, the last battle. This was put out November 25th. And in case you really want to get nosy, it's 4:29 p.m. EST. Right. The last battle in your year-long adventure is here. Tune into the Game Awards on December 12th to see the third and final installment of the Season of the Dragon cinematic trailers. Now, see, this continued with a follow-up post by I'm going to butcher his last name, Jeff Kiley. I forget how you say his name. But anyway, leads the Game Awards. Does a great job. This is currently on a giant billboard in Times Square. All right? And it says The Hero Returns, December 12th, 7 p. Was it 7 p.m.? It's hard to see. Yeah. 7 p.m. I think EST. I don't know what that says. So anyway, Game Awards. Boom.
Yeah, I get it.
So that's the thing.
Let me try and see if I can't make this better.
You know what I mean? It's kind of pixelated. For those who don't know, massive billboard at Times Square.
In Times Square.
Yeah.
Like, hi.
Yeah.
I literally would have shit a kitten if I had seen that. Like walking around Times Square with my family, I just would have been like, "Gah."
I love it
crap.
so bad. What do you think
It's
this
so
is?
bitchin'.
What? Okay, let's do this. what are your predictions? Let's have some fun here. What are your predictions?
My predictions are that the dragons are here to stay.
Yes.
For one.
In the cinematic. We're talking cinematic.
Oh, in the cinematic.
Yeah, cinematic. It says a hero returns.
Yeah, Return of the Breton. It makes, I mean, it's Return of the Breton. How could it not be? There's a picture of him in Times Square. It's him.
I don't think... Sorry, go ahead.
You don't think so?
No, go ahead. I want you to finish.
I want to hear your freaking amazing revelation, Jibs.
Sometimes you just gotta let them finish.
I mean, okay, I'm kind of worried about what I just said. That doesn't seem like it's right.
Ron Burgundy.
Because I thought that was the friggin' Breton. And he's in all the trailers.
Now, yes, he's pictured there. He's pictured there with the dragon on the left side, Breton on the right side. It says a hero returns.
Hey, man, unless it's like the freaking biggest ESO troll of the year, that's my personal thought, is that the Bretons coming back somehow. They already brought back Shai Shahan.
Oh, man, that's a good beard right there. That's a whole lot of beard.
That's a good beard, and it holds crumbs.
You got some in your mouth?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gargling.
All right.
God, that was bad.
What do you...
Thank God this is a Twitch Tavern episode. Anyway.
Are you done? Is that it? Is that all you have to say?
I'm done. I gave you what I think it's going to be.
Okay.
So I want to hear your freaking Nostradamus revelation here.
Oh my gosh, you're so high elfy tonight.
Talk to me.
You're so high elfy. I'm going to have to get the whiskey out again after this.
High elfy every damn night.
But you judging knife ear?
Have you seen my ears? Like IRL? Freaking
yeah.
IRL.
I have hugged that face in IRL. Wow, that sounded creepy.
Now
can I
you're
retract that?
sharing some shit.
All right, this just kind
Now
of...
you're sharing some shit.
That's not... All right. You can't fix it. You can't come back from that. So anyway, here's my deal. All right, so the cinematic, right? Obviously, the Breton is there, front and center. The hero returns. Well, the hero already returned. He's already come back, in my opinion. Here's the deal. It's going to play out through the whole thing. Everything's going to be fine. And then what you're going to see... What did chat say? You break so easily. You break more than anyone I know. What'd they say?
Zynote says the hero returns. Please, not the prophet. He keeps sneaking up saying, Vestige, meet me in the toilets. Freaks me out.
Vestige, come to my cave.
Why can't
It's just you and I. Did you ever notice that? You go into a creepy guy's cave, it's just you and him. Vestige, come see me.
I know.
I don't want to.
Just make sure to wear your boxers backwards. Come on in.
Crash.
I know my clothes looks a little tattered, but
Come
wait till
on
you
in
see
here.
what's underneath.
No.
It's old balls. One's slower than the other one. I got a dead nut and a sport nut. Yay for Tavern episodes. Yay.
Oh, man. So here's the deal. I think the Breton's going to be there. There's going to be some kind of climactic ending, and then you're going to see the Nord hero return, and it's going to end on some kind of cliffhanger. That's going to leave speculation for the next chapter.
Yeah. So you think it's the Nord?
I
Which
do.
one? You think it's the Nord hero, or do you think it's sweet? That's a huge witch.
Sweet snow lily.
Lyris.
It's definitely. I don't think it's Lyris. I think it's the Nord. He's the only one who hasn't shown up yet. Somerset, female high elf. Dragon or elsewhere, Breton. Skyrim, the Nord.
It could be.
I honestly don't know
could
if we're
be.
going to Skyrim.
There's got to be some kind of a teaser for what's coming next year. Something.
Okay, so Zyno posts this in chat, and it's actually a really good point. If the Nord hero shouts, I'm going to literally shit. Imagine if out of nowhere you're a Fusro Dawn, it's the Nord.
And film it for Twitter reaction.
I missed the last part. Oh.
That might be against terms of service. I don't know. But I believe that will be the case.
We're not for sure.
It was, I don't, sir, there was a guy and he was literally pooping on Twitter. Should we pull that one?
No, we'll let that slide. We already
Leave
let
it
the
up.
porn slide. We'll let that one slide.
Leave it up.
So anyway, that's my thoughts.
That could happen. Now, parlaying into the last part, and then a teaser for what's to come next year. Oh. Are you still reading chat?
Chad says it's going to be Riggert.
It's Riggert. Riggert the Brash. Nobody knew that I was so good at the diplomatic thing.
Oh, man. All right. So anyway, that's the thing. December 12th, we'll be live tweeting it. You sure as heck no, we're going to be watching it. So anyway, yeah.
Hopefully when that comes out, we'll be playing New Life, but typically New Life is like a week before Christmas. So.
Yeah, I forget the date. It's on the site. I forget the date. But anyway.
It's already on the site?
No, yeah, they got everything lined up.
Oh.
Remember?
Damn.
It was buried. Yeah.
All right.
So anyway.
I'm gonna try and find it right now while you yap.
Are you ready for the Twitch Tavern?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Was that our intro?
Hear ye, Tavern will have some news.
Yeah. Well, there's no.
So cute. Just wanna hug him.
I know, man. Every time. There's no news, but you're the news. That's right. Twitch Tavern episode. For those of you who don't know, and for those of you who are just joining us with the raid here on Twitch, a little more Twitch friendly tonight. The Twitch Tavern. This is our After Dark episodes, and it's all about answering your questions. We field them, we answered them. So, first up, your face right now is priceless. So anyway,
And just saw the date, December 19th to January 2nd.
oh, okay, there you go.
That's when New Life's gonna happen.
I'm ready, man. I'm ready. So anyway, first one up for the night of Twitch Tavern is from Toggle Recap, and they ask, if you can make your dream class, this is going to take Cash 3 years to finish. We'll literally be in volume 18.
You are literally a douche.
Taking 3 class skill lines from the 6 existing classes, what would those 3 skill lines be, Cash? What is your dream class, Cash? With 3 skill lines.
That's actually a really, really good one. Okay, so definitely the bow. Okay. Definitely the bow. Yeah, so we'll call that the bow skill line. And the Templar healing line. Okay. There's another one.
Uh-huh.
And then let me see for the last one. Because so far I could build that class, right?
Uh-huh.
See, that's where the problem lies. Because you have to split your stamina and magicka.
Oh, let's say this. Let's do this.
You're gonna nerf your crap if that's the case.
Right. Well, let's do this caveat because obviously it's very hypothetical. So let's make it to where magic and stam does not matter. Where you literally get to build what you want. Your dream class.
This is gonna be easy. Easy peasy sleazy. Templar healing. Okay. Bow. And this is all on a wood elf, by the way. A bow line. And the Dragon Knight tanking line.
Okay, then.
I will be invincible. You can't do shit to me. But I mean, that's why there's balance.
Oh, there
You know
you
what
go.
I mean? Because that would be an amazing class. That would be the ultimate solo class
Yeah.
or ultimate solo build.
Yeah. There you go.
But if everybody was like that,
Yeah.
then everybody's back to square one.
Well, see, for me, if I was going to build something, and didn't matter, magic or stamina. By the way, I think we have one of my gerbils out running around right now. Just as a FYI, if you hear some
That's what she said.
some people calling for gerbils, that's what it is. I'm not sure what's happening right now, but I saw something run out of the door, and it was not my cat. So that.
Do you think you might want to check and make sure it wasn't a rat? Because if you go check on your gerbils and they're both in their cages, you've got yourself an issue. You have yourself
know
a
what?
fantasy game quest.
You know what? I do with 5 XP waiting for me.
Yep.
That's cats. They get a free ride in the house. They got to earn their keep, so they can. Go on, go handle it. So
Ooh, you are pretty laissez-faire about the potential for having a freaking naked raccoon in your house.
well, sometimes tomato tomato. All right. So anyway, if I could make my class with any skill lines, where nothing mattered, it would be my Skyrim build. It would be first and foremost a hunter, so it would be a bow, followed by a sword and board. And just for kicks and giggles, he would dabble in sorcery. So it would be the dark magic skill line from. Wait, no. I want to be more. I would want something a little bit more like in your face. So probably the storm calling. I think that's the name of the line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be it.
That's a lot of shit to carry.
Well, I mean,
honestly. So let's talk about inventory slots here for just a quick second, because this is great. I love the fact that, we're getting to do all this, but here's the issue.
Okay.
Here's the issue.
All right.
How many inventory slots do we have? Because now I got all these bags. So you transfer the thought of what this character is going to do and what he's going to be able to carry into real life. There has to be a meme out there for this. It's freaking hilarious. Okay, so you got 150, we'll say 150 inventory slots, and then you have a sword, a shield, a bow, and a staff. There's a lot of shit to carry. And how are you going to be functional in a fight? So you're like cruising around, and all of a sudden, boom, Daedric Scamp, boom, right in front of you. He's like, and he starts running after you. I am going to be a fumblefuck trying to figure out which one. What am I going to? I'm going to cast it. Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Throw your stuff to the side.
Lightning bolt.
You are screwed. True that.
Look, all I'm saying is that I use a Game Shark and I have a bag of holding and hold whatever I want. So there's that.
I love it.
I know.
He has a bag of holding. So you're good then.
I'm good. Yeah.
It's actually freaking brilliant. You nailed that.
Well, anyway, toggle recap. Thanks so much. Next up, I got Midnight Matt. Matt asks, assuming we get to go to Markarth next chapter, what remnants of the Dwemer would you like to see? Would you like to see there, and how do you think it could contribute to the lore between ESO and Skyrim?
Oh, I'm gonna let you take this one right off the bat.
All right, I've been notified live here on the show that the gerbils have been contained. The levitation spells have been used. Both are back in their. They're back in their holster. All right.
Thank God. The gerbils are back in their caves.
I think we're good. Scamps have been allocated. All right. All right. So, assuming we get to go to Markarth next chapter, what remnants of the Dwemer would you like to see here, and how you think it could contribute to the lore between ESO and Skyrim? Wow. Okay. So I haven't been able to do a side quest this week, mainly because holidays and because it's a short week for me at work. Things are kind of double for the day to make up for things, etc. And so I haven't been able to get one out. All right, but if there's anything I've learned about the Dwemer, it's the fact that they migrated from. This is rough recall, okay? They migrated from Morrowind all the way over at some point to Skyrim, okay? We know this. We know that they were under the Nords at some point. We know that they were dealing with the Snow Elves at that point because they gave them refuge, right? So, so to answer this question, what remnants of the Dwemer would you like to see there, and how do you think could contribute to the lore between ESO and Skyrim? I seriously think if somehow, in some fashion, some way, I'm a broken record, I'm sorry, but getting to make use of the schematics, and on top of that, I would really, really like to see a good dive into the snow elves in some way. Because the thing about ESO is it's not afraid to adventure out and embrace the problems of the real world. Racism, all right? Sexism, all the things. It just, it covers them all, okay?
Did you say sex?
I did. And so one thing that they've also covered is slavery, which I know that was something that happened to the snow elves because of the Dwemer, because of the poison that they gave them, made them blind, all right? So that being said, I would like to see something like that. Just, I don't have any more to it. Just, something in that regard, I think, for me, would be great.
Yeah.
Quick side note, I can't feel my feet, and I'm kind of dizzy. So there's that.
You are.
A little bit. So I'm going to pour some more.
Oh, that's perfect. We have.
That seems like the logical thing to do.
Yappy. So.
What's the thing for you? It's not, it's feet for me. What's the thing for you? Your upper lip? Or your nose?
Yeah, it's the tip of my nose.
Tip of your nose? Really? Just
Yeah.
the tip of your nose?
Just the tip. It's present right now.
That's weird. I know it's there right now.
Currently present.
Okay. All right. Well, you go
I
ahead.
know better. I know better than to slur my words on this show.
Well, it is a Twitch Tavern.
It is a Twitch Tavern. You are correct.
So there's that. Anyway, continue.
Okay, so I do want to answer this because I think, God, that would be great going to Markarth. So anyway, I would love to see more reference to, or perhaps be able to actually see Kagranak's tools.
Oh.
I know. Are you so bummed that you didn't pick that?
Oh, man, that's a good pull, buddy.
I would really like to see that. And the reason being is because I think it's a really interesting part. Now, I'm not wholly interested in Morrowind lore or
Sure.
the lore of the Red Mountain, all that stuff. It's like,
Sure.
the Dark Elves to me they're like, yeah, cool.
Easy.
They're kind of like the Argonians.
Easy.
And I hate to say that about Argonians because they've been suppressed for so long. I'm just like, they've been enslaved.
You put my race on the equivalent of Argonians?
I really did. Well, they have a connection, right?
Everyone
the Dark Elves
disliked
and the
that.
Argonians have a connection because one was the slaver, the other was the slavey.
Valentine disliked that.
So anyway, all I'm saying is that I loved Morrowind as a chapter. It really was fun. I learned a ton. But if I had to choose a zone to go back to, I don't think that it would be Morrowind. Now, that being said, the story behind the Red Mountain and Kagranak's tools is incredibly interesting. I'll just make it super short.
Oh, yeah, it is. You covered that in lore.
I did. We've covered it a couple times, but I'll make it super short. So Kagranak made these tools to access the heart of Lorcan. He wanted to access the power of the heart of Lorcan. And when we talked about the Anumidium, is a giant Dwemer golem that was made. He wanted to access the power of the heart of Lorcan, which is found in the Red Mountain, in order to power the Anumidium. Well, that is what's tied to the disappearance of the Dwemer. Many scholars believe that the first time Kagranak tried to use the tools, blammo, all the Dwemer disappeared.
Yeah.
So I would really like to see, and then Almsivi, which was Almalexia, Sothasil, and Lord Vivek, all utilized the tools to access the power, and they became kind of demigods type thing, living gods. So I would like to see more in regards to the tools, and how, accessing or being able to have the technology and the smarts to be able to build something like that in order to access just that raw power.
See, that's something I would like to know. And I'm not even going to, jokingly even ask in Twitch chat, but just something, in conversation, is there any leeway at all with the Dwemer? Obviously, I'm not saying bring them back. I'm just saying, is there anything to that, what you just said? Is there anything that they have leeway with, or is this just completely off limits from top to bottom? That's what I want to know.
And our death in chat wants to know why I want to see some guy's tools.
Well, sometimes you just gotta check out some tools.
That's what she said.
Dude, I had fucking finger was hovering over that button. I was like, finish it up. You just open the door.
Michael. Oh,
Oh, jeez.
It's just some good shit.
you ever see that? You ever see the scene William M. Buttlicker?
I have. Yes.
Hands down, one of the most beautifully crafted scenes in TV history.
Yes. That was the scene. Yeah. In the conference room.
Yeah. So
with
sit
Mike
conference room.
Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
did.
going to manage you more on a micro level. Yeah. So micromanage. Yes. Micromanage. All right. So we're going to go. We got to move on. I'm sorry. I'll go through the whole scene. Anyway. All right. So Rathgar, thank you so much, Matt. Much appreciated. Rathgar says, where do you think we're heading in the next chapter of Elder Scrolls Online? Well, honestly, I don't know. I hope Skyrim, because I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And you're kind of
course.
seeing a lot of the, if you're paying attention to the side quests with Dragonhold, you're kind of seeing a lot of innuendos. Oh, I'm gonna go back to Skyrim and get some things, and hope to see you again. You get these little tidbits there if you're paying attention. And it's just kind of like, huh, I could see Skyrim.
Yeah. It makes the most sense to me. It really does.
I mean, that'd be fan service, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dragons, that was fan service, like done very well. So yeah, I could totally see that.
Okay. Well, there you go. Quick and easy.
I like it.
That's what she said.
Now there's still some spots down south though too.
That's true.
But I think we're gonna move. I definitely think we're gonna move, and I think that would be the perfect time for the Nord hero to be part of it.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, I mean, right?
Oh man, I know
And
our colors
Lyris.
are Old Mary Dominion, but I'm just saying.
And Lyris.
Oh,
Because he's
yes.
a Nord. You know what I mean?
So much, yes, man.
So I think that's just personally where we think that we're headed is probably up north, which would be fantastic because there's, I mean, dude, Skyrim.
Oh, dude, just
You know, put on your cold clothes, get yourself a little hot chocolate.
hot chocolate.
Yep.
So
You know,
good.
freaking Rigert the Brash will be back.
Oh yeah,
You know,
going full.
finally
Bosworth.
back home.
Oh
That's rad.
man, that's just. And if you really want to capture all that, and this is coming from somebody who, like, the other games, Morrowind and Oblivion, resonate with me more naturally, I felt, than Skyrim per se. But that being said, like, I've been going back through Skyrim and enjoying it, and it is amazing, simply amazing.
Yeah,
The main
I need to
story's
do
got
that
me.
again.
It's got me hooked. I've never completed it. I'm working through it, and I'll say that the whole idea of just possibly going to Skyrim means that much more when you've played Skyrim.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
if you have not done that, do that thing.
Do
that.
thing. They're
Do that thing.
totally trying to pimp Rich and chat for info. You guys are good. Tell me if
Oh,
you
they're
get
trying.
anything. Tell me if you get anything out of them.
Send me a DM. Oh, that's funny. All right. Well, thank you so much, Rathgar. Midi96 says, if you could only play as one build for the rest of your time playing ESO, oh, wow. What would it be and why? This is going against everything Cash is, so please continue.
Magica Bard.
That's not a class.
What? Oh, existing class. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, as one build. So not so much class, as one build.
That one's going to be easy for me.
Okay.
I'll make this short for you,
Yeah.
since I know you clearly like it when I don't expound upon my...
That is not true. That is Cash wholeheartedly. I just like to give you a good rib, because you literally, I feel myself aging when you talk.
See what I mean? That's what I mean right there. Off-balance Templar.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I can't think of anything that's more survivable, useful, powerful, off balance Templar. I really do enjoy it. And the other thing is it provides group utility. So if I have to stick now, that being said, this is where the long part of me talking comes in. That being said, if you'll notice when I say that being said, it normally parlays into some long shit.
It's usually when my hair turns gray. So please continue.
But you don't have any of that.
No, I have to keep it shaved.
I have not yet fully dived into some of these other classes, which is why I'm trying the Maj DK.
Yeah.
And then literally right before we went live, I rolled a Stamplar. So we're gonna give it a shot. I mean, we'll talk about this here in a minute, but I'm still experimenting.
What's your race, real quick? I'm sorry, on the Stamplar.
I went Bosmer.
Good call. Okay, continue.
Yay, I did good, you guys. Sorry. That's it.
Okay.
I'm tapped out, dude. I'm tapped. I dumped
Okay.
the load.
All right.
Your turn.
All right. For me, I would say sorcerer. What build? Something based off lightning. That's, to me, when I played Star Wars: The Old Republic, and you know Cash and I are huge Star Wars fans. In fact, I've recently been playing through Audible, and we'll talk about Audible here in a little bit. With going through the newest Thrawn book that started the newest trilogy. I think it was written in, so not the newest one, but it was done in 2017. I love sorcery, you know, like the whole idea of shooting lightning from your fingertips. Well, in this game, you know, from your staff, and the ability of producing these lightning-esque spells. So that, to me, I think is probably what naturally resonates with me the most. Granted, Templar's fun. It's stupid fun, and it's, you know, it's easy. It's just fun. It's a good time. But I think lightning sork for me.
That does make sense, and that's actually a really good call. And here's the reason being: if you got to pick something that is powerful, survivable, fun to play, that's kind of why I went Templar. Now, you know, 6 months ago, I probably would have gone that Pet Sork. If it wasn't for that effing winged Twilight in flapping her wings freaking in front of everything. I'm sorry, Khajiit. Did I scare you? I scared my Khajiit.
You scared the cat, man.
I scared my Khajiit. No, but that's a really fun class. And like, man, here's a little tidbit for you. Our healer last night, Chivas, went with us to Vet Dragon Star Arena.
Yeah.
He freaking healed us with a Pet Sork. With like, I don't even, did not have a heal spec. I think he just freaking healed us with that massive winged Twilight heal.
That's awesome.
And he was doing damage too with us. So it's like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you know, everybody had some self heals, but at the same time, that's a pretty freaking solidly survivable class.
Yeah, for sure.
So all I'm saying is that I agree. I condone what you just said.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Mitty, thanks so much for the question. Zypher90 says, with the season of the dragon coming to a close, what part has stood... Oh, man, loaded question. What part has stood out the most for you and made this season completely unforgettable? Was it the very beginning when the Wrathstone went chink? The very end of Dragonhold? No spoilers for me, or something in between?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna let you start. What to you has stood out the most from you from the season of the dragon? No spoilers, obviously. There. By the way, don't worry about spoilers. It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Okay. Prologue quests. Okay.
Okay.
Where you are hired by Abner Tharn to track down the pieces of the Wrathstone. Okay.
Okay.
Coupled with the teaser trailers, which, by the way, Zoss is knocking it out of the effing ballpark when it comes to teaser trailers. They are amazing.
So much yes.
Yes. So you get that prologue quest and then the release of the dungeons where you actually get to go into those dungeons, go through the quest lines, and you first get to meet Jesus, is it Naraya? No, not Naraya.
Yeah.
Black kitty cat. It's Naraya.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did I
Wait,
stump you
and
too?
now I'm wondering. Now I'm
Stump you
questioning myself.
too.
I'll be honest, I don't remember.
Chad's gonna help us out because we totally forgot her name. Going through all of that and being able to put the story pieces together, and the fact that this is the first time that there has been a year-long saga in Elder Scrolls Online. That's what blew me away. But if I have to pick one moment, it would have to be in the trailers when the dragons got out. And then you get to go in and experience that in the dungeons. So that's out of game. In game, Chimera. Thank you very much. I love you guys. And I feel like a total non-fan of ESO for not remembering Chimera's name. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Chimera. Okay.
First time a freaking dragon flew over my head in Northern Elsewhere when I remember I was on my Khajiit Necro. And it was day one, game had just launched. And the first thing I wanted to do was go hunt down a dragon. And then I see one flying overhead and just screaming. That was a pivotal moment for me where I knew this is going to be a kick-ass expansion.
I remember that was a really fun time. I think I was in your group. You and I were grouping.
Right.
And I remember when you heard your first Fus Roda.
Yes.
That was
right.
incredibly special. Not to get weird, but it was incredibly special because A, we're brothers. 2, we do a show together. 3, we're amazing friends.
Brothers
But
got
seriously, just an Elder Scrolls experience to have together to be able to share that moment was incredibly special.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
We had a lot of those moments though over the course of the year. So
yeah.
I don't know. You're right. This was a really freaking loaded question because we've had so many of those moments, and like it's not even that, but like count the moments that we've had with our guildies.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And going to some of the harder content with our guildies and getting through it, guilties. But I mean, like the first time that I had a Vet Sunspire clear. Oh my God, I got my skin. It was like freaking, let's have a parade. It was so fun. And then guild events and all this stuff surrounding Elsewhere. Those were all pivotal moments too for the year. But if I really have to think about what made it completely unforgettable, was the first time that I saw a dragon in game.
I agree. And
that was incredible. Like,
yeah. And I think to piggyback off that, mine is very similar. Because if you go back and play Skyrim now, and you go play Elder Scrolls Online now, you really see the progression of the dragons, the animations. You see 2019 very evident in the way that the dragons are moving versus how they moved in Skyrim all those years ago. You know, things have been improved, and you see it in the way that they fly and how fluid their flight patterns are.
Oh, hell
and just the way, you know, you feel the. You ever notice, like, you watch a movie and if something is gigantic, like Godzilla, they move slower when you watch them, you know, because they're just so large and they carry so much weight. And you get that vibe when you're watching the dragons and Elsewhere. You know, when they turn your head, I'll never forget. That was one of the things that's always stood with me. I walked up on a dragon and their head just and stared at me.
You're just like,
and I'm like,
he's looking at me.
Brown pants acquired moment.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean, that moment, and then just watching the fluidity of their movement, and then sharing that moment with you, with the Fus Roda, just all those things.
Yeah.
All those things.
Dude, like in Sunspire, like the first time we were in there, and people who had already been in there before were trying to explain the fight. So we get to that first boss, the ice boss. We get to the first dragon, and he's explaining. Actually, the first thing was we got close, and we were kind of all around the outside perimeter right there around the boss, but we weren't in aggro range. And he watched the tank go from one side to the other. His head just moved, watching him the whole time. We were like, and then, you know, we're sitting there watching or listening to mechanics and stuff about the fight. and the freaking dragon is talking shit the whole time. He's just like boring, you know, just like, whoa.
Yeah.
That is just amazing development because the developers know what you're doing. They know you get in there and you're strategizing and all that stuff. Where really, like, if you really truly walked upon a dragon in his lair or whatever, right in front of whatever he's trying to protect, and you're sitting there trying to strategize, he's gonna effing melt you.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna melt you.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he was sitting there listening to everything we were saying and then just taunting us while we were doing it
Yeah.
is another pivotal moment. It's like the devs are freaking amazing for putting stuff like that in the game.
Yeah, people don't realize it, or maybe, for people who don't, but these are definitely the golden years that we're getting. I think we're just like, I think Somerset started it, or maybe even Morrowind, really, and it's just been kind of ramping up since then.
Right.
But I really feel like these are the golden years of ESO. Like, everything is clicking. Everything is clicking. Oh, well, there's difficulty with Dungeon Fire. Yeah, we'll get through it. But the point is the content and the experience.
Yeah. It all is a package. And it's like, dude, you know me. We've talked about this before on the show. Not even World of Warcraft could hold me for this long. And like, if I don't log into ESO, for a day, I'm grumpy AF, dude. So I get freaking grumpy. And it's like, yeah, maybe I have an addiction. Maybe this is a cry for help, honestly.
I have a 12-step program sitting around here somewhere if you want.
Step 13, play more ESO.
Oh.
Don't be a bitch.
Step 14, burn your PC. Don't do that thing. Don't do that thing.
I will not burn my PC. I worked hard for my money.
worked
So
so
hard for it, honey.
Oh, man. So anyway, Zypher90, great question.
Yeah.
Really good question. Ellie Hawk says, could you explain to us console players how Twitch drops work exactly? I was under the impression that we all get the drops once it is given by the streamer. Is this the case, or is it a contest?
I got your answer.
Lay it on him.
Okay.
Nice. Give it to him nice and thick.
So for our console friends who are just joining the Crate Frenzy, this is exactly how you link your ESO account to your Twitch account, allowing you to receive Twitch drops when watching drops enabled ESO streams. So let me preface that again. Drops are not always enabled, but when they are, this is when you'll receive them. This is how to do it. So you log into your ESO account. And if you don't know your account info, you can obviously go through the reset process. But log into your ESO account, click the linked accounts link on the left side of the page. Then you click the link Twitch account button, and then the Twitch prompt will come up. If you're logged into your Twitch account already, you're going to be asked to authorize Elder Scrolls Online to use your Twitch account. You're going to want to say yes. If you're not logged into Twitch, then you're going to be prompted to log into Twitch. All you got to do is click authorize to link your ESO account to your Twitch account. So when watching a drops enabled ESO stream, you're going to earn drops that include the Ouroboros crown crates, random selection of in-game consumables like crown poisons, mimic stones, writing lessons, experience scrolls, and you'll have the chance for an extremely rare chance to contain a Cinch of Scarlet Regret mount or Cinch Cub of Scarlet Regret pet. So to answer your question further, you don't get a drop once it's given by the streamer because the streamers really don't do anything. Typically, if they're streaming ESO and drops are enabled, anybody that watches that stream, I think it's a certain amount of time, isn't it?
I believe it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I think you have to watch a stream for like 10 minutes. And then when they send them out, it's usually right after the stream ends, I think, or it's usually within 24 hours you get your crate.
Oh, yeah. I think less, actually. So within hours, I think
Really?
within well, it's been both. Like, I think I've gotten it within 24 hours or
Yeah.
24 hours or sooner. So
It varies, but usually it's pretty quick. It's either right after you stop watching or right after the stream ends, something like that. It's usually very, very quick. But Yeah, so it has nothing to do with the streamer. The only thing that the streamer has to do is that make sure they just have to make sure that drops are enabled on their stream. And that's an internal administrative thing for the streamer itself.
Correct.
The streamer himself or herself.
Correct.
That's all that is.
Remy from chat says, I think 10 a.m. EST the next day. I don't believe that is correct.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Rennie. How are you?
Good to see you. All right. So anyway, there you go, Ellie. Hope that helps. Darian Forever asks, I know you've both played various MMOs. How does Elder Scrolls Online compare to the other MMOs you've played? I'd like to take this a step further. Can I take this a step further? I want to take.
Do whatever you want.
Look, obviously we're fans. You know, we wouldn't lead a community, wouldn't do a show weekly, and on top of that, all the other content we develop if we weren't fans. But I want to take that out of the equation. I want to take a very microscopic look at this. Why is Elder Scrolls Online, or how does Elder Scrolls Online compare to what we've played? And you and I have played just about everything together, aside from a couple of MMOs.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you take the lead there, so I can think about my answer.
Oh, perfect. Thanks for laying it out there and then giving me the old fat nut kick.
Oh, you're
Anyway,
welcome.
I'll roll with this one.
Okay.
I think Elder Scrolls Online has more of everything the other games have, plus more. So let me kind of explain. So you do dungeons in other games, right? And some of them are really fun and amazing. But the thing that Elder Scrolls add to it is, number one, Elder Scrolls Online's dungeons, and even the dungeon system. We're not going to talk Group Finder right now because, yeah, we're not going to talk Group Finder right now. But number one, there's a ton of different dungeons. Every one of the dungeons are very, very well constructed and gorgeous. For the most part, they're relatively bug-free. Now, there are a few bugs in some of the like some of the bosses will bug out sometimes. Sure, that's all on the wall to get fixed, but it's very rare for a dungeon run gets completely jammed up because of some bug, but it does happen. So I really enjoy the dungeons in ESO just because of how they look, how dynamic the gameplay is, and how every single boss, especially in some of the latest content, has different mechanics. Like it's all different. Every one of them are different from each other. There may be some similarities with some mechanics, but for the most part, a lot of those mechanics are very, very different. And that's just one aspect of the game. And there's several different aspects. There's housing, there's trials, there's the PvP, the way the PvP ties into the actual story of the game. And on top of that, there's the questing system, which ties into a massive amount of writing, voice acting, and just very intricately laid out quest lines that all tie into the main storyline of a zone. It, to me, is huge. Now, you really don't realize how awesome voice acting in an MMO is, especially how good it is in ESO, until you go. You don't even have to play another MMO. All you got to do is watch some gameplay of said MMO. Case in point, recently Jibs and I have been on this big Lord of the Rings kick, and we've been talking a lot of Lord of the Rings. So I started going back because I wanted to reminisce a little bit and go look at some gameplay from Lotro, Lord of the Rings Online. And oh my gosh, the first sentence was voiced in every quest. And from that point on, you got to read.
Yeah.
I am lazy AF, my friends. So to be able to hear, I can just shut my eyes and listen to a quest in ESO. That experience has been amazing for me, to be able to just absorb the quest like that. So, and I have one more point, but I'm going to let Jibs talk here. But I want to reiterate, like, there's several of those different aspects of this game that I just think ESO does better than everybody else because they've gone over the top with it. And like questing is just one example. It's so much better in this game. Okay, Jibs, I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll finish with another point.
I think you're 100% right. All right, so I'm gonna go through the MMOs. World of Warcraft for me had a lot of locales, a lot of locations that really stood out to me. ESO has all of that. Go to Somerset, and you will literally experience one of the most beautiful locations ever. Ever. The way it was developed, the verticality of Somerset, which was something that they were pushing, fantastic. You think of story. You think of the in-depth layer upon layer of story and how things relate. I see Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, granted, I'm a huge Star Wars junkie. Sith at heart all day long. I love that lore. I have a deep connection there. But what I see in ESO is the care of story crafting, and that you continuously see things progressing, in these chunks that just throughout the year, especially this year, it's a perfect example of that. So you really have layered story. Next, we've got the openness of the world. I get vibes of like Guild Wars 2 meets Black Desert Online. Those kind of vibes. Black Desert's just wide open. I mean, just, I haven't been to that world in a very long time, so I'll be honest with you. I can't really remember exactly how it felt, but I remember when I played it.
It's good. It's big.
Yeah, and I get that vibe with ESO. I love the fact, and when we had Rich on, and we need to get Rich back on, but when we talked about One Tamriel, that changed the scape of the game forever. Forever changed the game. If they had not done that, where would ESO be today? It makes you wonder. And so, with One Tamriel going wherever you want, really embracing the openness of the world, I see Guild Wars 2 and Black Desert Online. And on top of that, WildStar. Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh, dear God.
The problem,
I don't think you can put them in the same breath. Take a breath before you say WildStar.
The problem
with the old other games.
With WildStar, one of their big things was telegraphs, all right, and the combat. So it literally, by the end of it, it looked like a laser light show when you got 8 people together fighting in PvP. It was kind of, at some points it could get very convoluted and very difficult to focus on what was happening, but ESO does that better because you have that on the ground. You see where enemy AoEs are. You see where things are coming from, but it does it better.
It's not invasive.
It's perfect. It's not invasive. That's exactly right. And that,
what's funny too? The shapes are remember the effing shapes
on
the ground?
That was like a puzzle, man.
Triangle upon triangle and streaks and stars, and it's like
gosh,
are you
man.
guys trying to induce a seizure?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So, that was a thing. And really, to top it off, there's a couple things here. Dynamic content. There is not an MMO that I have played that feels so incredibly realistic from a combat standpoint as Elder Scrolls Online. Think about it. When have you ever been in a fight and you're just standing there and your guys, for all in chat, just going back and forth in animation? Charging my spell. Arms going back and forth. It's not a thing. Elder Scrolls Online provides dynamic content and combat in a way that I have not been able to experience anywhere else. And it feels fluid. The movement, the animations, everything, it feels fluid. Yes, there's bugs here and there, but it feels fluid. And on top of it all, to top it all off, community. This is hands down. The community is more than streaming. It's more than podcasts. It's more than discussions on forums. It's more than Reddit. It's everything combined from the tippity top when you start with the devs all the way down. You got devs who love the game. You got people who love the game. People who support the game. And on top of that, it's just the most welcoming community. I honestly would like to know how this happened. Like, if there was a story, if this could be pinned to a story. This would be an amazing story, but just the experience that the community provides and has provided. Speaking for Loreseekers, it's been amazing. Is just unparalleled.
Right. You know how I honestly think it happened? Elder Scrolls as a franchise is a more mature franchise. You have a lot of people out there now. Granted, this, I'm not generalizing because I know there's tons of different people that have played the single player games, but single player games that are that in depth and require some intelligence to play require, I've just called a bunch of gamers stupid. But I tend to think that it attracts a more mature audience to play a single player game like Morrowind or Skyrim and really truly get invested in it to the point that now you love this franchise. Like, okay, I'm in love with this. It's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it takes time to develop your character and go through the story and really form a foundation of now I love this. Okay. Then you build an MMO with adult themes,
Right.
adult storylines. So I think that unlike World of Warcraft, which I'm not bagging on at all because I still think it's a fantastic game and I always will. But I think that catered to, and it might have been some of the graphic style too, but I think it really catered to a younger player. Okay. And look at the things that they've done, the improvements or maybe not improvements to that game that they've made to make it more accessible and easier for people to play. Whereas we will never stop farming questions in our community from brand new players about the complexity of ESO. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that, I think, in itself, a complex game, a franchise that people have had to invest some time and energy into in order to love, transfers into ESO. You have a little bit older, more mature population in Elder Scrolls Online. And that might be why we have such an amazing player base. I would say 80% of the people I encounter in Elder Scrolls Online are very nice, very friendly, very helpful. And of that 80%, probably 25, a good solid 25% are truly amazing human beings. Just great, 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 great people. 20% are freaking douchebags because they're seeing the popularity of ESO and they're starting to come in. There's a bunch. They're out there. But it will never outweigh the amazingness that this community has shown. And that has nothing to do with our show. It has nothing to do with Twitch or streaming or content creation, nothing. Playing the game and watching the things that happen in the community. I don't think you can find a better one in the MMO space.
I can't add anything more to that. That was perfectly said. Agree 100%.
Yeah, that's the way I planned it.
That's what I do. That's what I do. All right.
Yeah.
So Nampy asks, how do you feel about add-ons? Would you support the development of, quote, raid utility, in quote, style add-ons such as mob/area markers?
Yes. Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm...
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go ahead.
you're spooling it up. I can hear the freaking mouse turning on the wheel. in your head. I like add-ons. I'm not a massive add-on. I was going to say a W word, but I'm not an add-on Nightwalker. If that makes sense.
Nightwalker.
I'm not an add-on whore. Okay. So there's that. Here.
All right.
There. I'll beep that.
Oh, okay.
It was a little late, but you know what I mean anyway.
Yeah.
So I use probably 15 add-ons. Some that I feel that are absolutely essential to the game. Like a mini map. That one helps so much. Anyway. I really enjoy raid utility stuff. So raid notifier is something that I do not think I would like to be caught without. So I don't have a bunch. We have some folks in our guild that have tons of add-ons. When I have a lot of add-ons and things start to go wrong and it dips into my gameplay, I get pissed off guy. Turn into that guy. Because then I'm having to read all this script, and that's why, yeah, Chivas, I'm talking to you. Chivas is way freaking smarter than I am. He's one of our guild leaders in our game, and he runs, I think, like 60 some odd add-ons. But the difference between Chivas and me is that when one of his add-ons goes wrong, he knows exactly how to fix it. Okay? When one of my add-ons goes wrong, and if it has anything to do with anything more than shutting the game down and updating freaking Minion, updating all of the things in Minion, if there's still a problem, I'll flip my shit. So that's why I only have like 15 of them. So yes, do I like the raid utility style stuff? Mob and area markers, sure, wouldn't have a problem with that, but like area markers at getting ready to tell you to, hey, stay away from this area, I think that encroaches a little bit too much on you're getting a major crutch in some of this stuff. Case in point, Scale Collar Peak on Vet or Vet Heart mode, right?
Woo!
When she puts down that poison in thirds on that arena, and if you're standing anywhere near it, if you get touched by that poison, you can't even dodge roll out of that shit. If there was some kind of a mob or area marker that told me where that was going to be, I would think that's too much. Even though I've been killed by the effing poison so many damn times because you're straddling or you dodge roll the wrong damn way, or I get all JoJo the Circus Clown with my freaking controls. That's my fault. It's not the game's fault. I still don't want to know when that's coming and which one it's going to be. Not fair. So
Yeah.
anyway, if that's what you were talking about, Nampy, I'm not quite sure, but anyway.
Well, yeah, I'm going to kind of piggyback off that. There's a point where, now I will say this, I just, in general, outside of Elder Scrolls Online, I enjoy mods. I really enjoy modding things and just having fun with them. I'm doing it in Skyrim right now. And maybe that's something I'll stream here someday. But anyway, yeah, I love add-ons, but there's a point where add-ons can become too much. Chat says the only add-on you need is whiskey. So,
Dude, I totally want to let you finish, but I need to bring something up about consoles when you're done.
no, go ahead.
So Rock Fan Chris in chat, and this makes total sense. Xbox, what are they talking about? He's being funny, right?
Yeah.
He's on Xbox. He or she is on Xbox. Rock Fan Chris. Now, here's where the respect part comes in. The folks on console are not only doing everything we're doing on PC with a controller, they're doing it without a single damn add-on. You want to talk about respect? That is where my respect goes through the roof, because maybe I'm more used to mouse and keyboard and more comfortable with mouse and keyboard and my, Razer Naga with 12 million buttons on it. But when you're doing that with Outraid Notifier that tells you when you have, voltaic overload in Cloud Rest, they're doing it without all that. They're doing all this stuff on Vet Hard mode. I can't do it with however many add-ons I want on PC in Vet Hard mode sometimes. So that's massive respect from my camp to consoles camp when you can do stuff like that. Guys like Zynode, I'm watching him do this and do builds, and I'm like, holy crap, dude. How can you do that with no add-ons? So anyway, hats off.
Agreed. I agree 100%. Agree 100%. It's kind of, I think PC could do it if they didn't have add-ons. I really do. I just think there's a part of the community that just like I enjoy it. I enjoy the add-ons. I enjoy having them. Now, depending on them and then when they become too invasive, that's another thing. But I don't know, man. I definitely love my add-ons. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's not that the game's unplayable without add-ons. It is.
Oh my gosh.
We've just become entitled little bitches on PC because we just download many. You're like,
right.
Wait a minute. There's add-on that tells me when my ultimate's ready. Download, and you can set it to whatever you want. I think probably already told this story before, but when my ultimate's up, I get a little thing comes across my screen that says, "Use your ultimate, dipshit." That way I don't forget my ultimate because I know it's up now.
Oh man,
they don't have that on console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people like PC race, master race. Well, what's really the master race in gaming? At least when ESO is concerned. You ask me, it's the console players because they're doing this without any freaking add-ons. We are not.
It's valid. Now, granted, there are PC players who don't use add-ons, but that being said, yeah. All right, good question, Nampy. 2 more. Modots Mopane asks, what is your favorite DPS class in ESO and why?
Magical Bard.
Magicosaurk.
You know what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing. Uh-huh.
Reggie's in chat.
I don't know if it's working, though. Rich, you got your pin out?
Well, you never know. And well, nowadays you grab your phone and you hit it on the hip. You just do a little boop, boop,
Rich,
make
I'm
a
just
little
going to
note.
send you a little DM here.
I'm going to make myself a little note there so when I get back into the office,
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to put that Bard thing up on the wall of crazy because these guys is dumbasses. I'm going to put it up there so they can see it's up there, but it's never going to happen.
Oh,
Favorite DPS class in ESO and why? It is a tough one, but I have to go with the class that I've probably played most of. Or maybe even like half and half. But I would say for me, favorite DPS class is going to be in between the Sork and the Templar. Now, if you want to know specific builds, it'd be Magica for me. I really, really do enjoy the Magica Templar. Super fun. And now that, yes, I murdered 2 characters today to make room for more experimentation. Right? Experimentation. I have a good time with that, though. It's time. We're kind of in between stuff. And
yeah. Well,
you
no,
know?
absolutely. You should. You should have fun with these things. Explore these things. Explore space. So, I mean, yeah.
That's what she said.
I agree 100%. Agree 100%. But for me, it would for PvE Sork. For PvP, it sounds conceited, and I don't mean this at all, but I have never had so much fun with any PvP build until the Punishing Bowman.
Why is that conceited?
It just sounds like, oh, it's your build, so you're like, well, I'll just be honest. I'm having a lot of fun.
F yeah.
So
I can't claim that. Every single build that I play in ESO and love is somebody else's creation because I'm too effing stupid to figure it out on my own, dude. You figured this out on your own. I think that's amazing.
well, thank
So
you.
what I want you to do is to come up with some experimental builds for me. I don't want my own experimental build.
Okay, we'll talk off stream.
Oh my god, dude! Could you imagine me making an experimental build? I mean, granted, I'm trying to be funny. I probably could
How about
do it at this point, but you got like this speedy freaking Ferrari, and I have this freaking turtle that can't get the kid out of its own damn way, and I'm just like, that's not working.
Well, we'll talk off stream because I think we could get you something that's unique to you. And that's another thing. I say this often, and I'll say this again. There is not a single set in this game that is necessarily bad. It's how you use these sets, okay? Look, I'm seeing PvPers use stuff just from the regular Khajiit sets, all right? I'm talking old school, base game stuff. It's all how you pair it together. And so I say all that to say, I think we could get you something unique put together. I would actually have a lot of fun trying to figure that out for you. and you helping along the way.
I think you should start now. It actually makes me really happy because there's talk in chat. Our Death is saying the two-hander and bow, and that's exactly what my Stamplar is going to be, is two-hander bow. So I'm really excited. I mean, if all these people on Twitter hadn't given us so many damn questions, I would probably be playing my freaking Stamplar right now. Thanks for all the damn questions. I'm just kidding. These questions are actually really...
This has been really good.
They're really good. They're really open-ended questions, so Jibs and I can just...
It's going to be a 2-hour show. Yeah.
Oh, I know, because I still got lore. I got lores for the people.
You do. Modots Mopane, thanks so much. All right, so final one for number 4 Twitch Tavern. Kim Moores asks, out of the new characters, either from the main story or side quests, introduced in Season of the Dragon's content, who is your favorite? Can I take the lead?
Yes.
I have a huge crush on Chimera.
She's
huge crush. When I finish the storyline and you know, you really get this wholesome vibe of how much you're appreciated, and just, you know, just the context of the dialogue and everything. I'm just like, I love you.
You better sit on your hands, buddy.
Hands are up. Hands are up.
Hands.
Hands are up.
Yeah, you know what I like too? And it sends blood to all kinds of different places, all kind of valves opening and closing, right? When she growls.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
There is a...
Boy. I'm going to sit on my hands.
I mean, seriously though, for me,
Twitch Tavern, right?
Yeah,
it's still Twitch Tavern, right? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, it is. For me, I would say honestly, all jest aside, Chimera. I think she has been such an impactful character. And by the way, quick side note: we're gonna do a complete review of the Season of the Dragon on an upcoming episode. We're gonna
as soon as we finish it,
we're gonna do a non-spoiler review for you all, so you can kind of just hear our take on things. But anyway, Chimera. You got to see the ascendance of Chimera and just how she grew as a character, and I love it. And you know what? I'm going to say this without spoilers. The ending of Dragonhold kicked me right in the nuts, and I found myself caring about a character that I hate, that I can't stand.
Ooh.
I found myself loving, and like, why am I concerned for their well-being? This is this person. But Dragonhold managed to do that in a masterfully wonderful way. Shout out to Jay and your team. Fantastic. All right. That's it. That's it for me.
I'm probably going to go very, very simply. After doing the lore, after experiencing the main story and knowing how this character ties into Dragonhold, and knowing that he didn't have to tie himself into this, but he did anyway, and everything that this particular person has gone through and the discipline in this particular character and the parallels that I personally draw to my own life and this character, Sai-Sahan for me.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, Sai has been through some shit.
He's seen some stuff, man.
He has seen a lot of stuff, and just where he's come from, his discipline as a sword singer, and being elevated to the status, you know, battle commander, all the things that he got under Varen Aquilarios before Varen Aquilarios was the prophet. Sorry, spoilers. Sai-Sahan has got to be, definitely for Dragonhold, Sai-Sahan has to be my very, very, very favorite. He is just a through and through freaking rock. He is a badass in every respect. He truly has a massive heart. You can see. Oh my god, I'm gonna get sappy.
Oh crap! He's got alcohol in him.
I know he has a thing going on with the snow lily, and
what am I supposed to do? Because
I don't think this is a spoiler. I think we can talk about this.
shut the fuck up. I'm not done.
Okay.
Anyway, Sai Sahan for me, I think he's a freaking badass. I love the culmination of the story and how he takes you under his wing and is like, dude, let's do this. He's unfreaking broken.
You know who? And chat brings this up. Nice pull, Brothers of Tamriel podcast hanging out here. You know who we got to see elsewhere? Freaking Raz.
Yes. Raz.
Freaking Raz.
Yep. So generic, Brothers of Tamriel. So generic.
Ugh, it's good.
Okay, this is coming from a gentleman. I'm assuming, I don't know if this is J-Rum or if this is Mission, but Mission has nothing but Khajiit on his roster. Of course he's gonna love Raz.
That's really a thing. Is that really what you have? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's murdered or race changed every single one of his characters. He has a complete roster of Khajiit.
Chat's saying spoilers. No, there's no spoilers. We're good. We're
It's
good. We're
Mission.
good.
By the way, friends, if you have not listened to Brothers of Tamriel podcast, go give them a listen. They're freaking good dudes, and they know a shitload about this game.
They know infinitely more about the mechanics of this game than Cash and I do combined.
This
All right.
is some true shit.
So anyway, we're going to stop right there. So anyway, in the future, we were going to do this as a surprise, but maybe it'd be good for you to be able to look forward to this. Non-spoiler review, Season of the Dragon is coming in December. We're also going to follow that up with a spoiler review of the Season of the Dragon. For all who've completed it, we can actually sit down and talk about it and just go through the character lines and all of these things. So anyway, thank you everyone so much for your questions. Thank you so much for writing to us. We love you long time. And yeah, thank you.
Now, so brother. Tubuku.
Are you ready?
Yes. Probably anybody that watched movies in the 90s would know that reference.
Absolutely. They should.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yep.
Anybody?
Yep.
Freaking great movie. Anyway,
It's a good one. I just watched that the other day, actually.
that's a nice.
Private
Okay.
Pal. All right, here we go.
Speaking of being able to watch movies.
That was too soon.
Oh,
I
do it again.
jumped the gun. I got excited. Ready? Are you ready? You ready? You
Yeah.
ready? 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 All right.
Ooh, there's a nice shing on the end of that.
There is. You're kind of mastering your craft. I'll give you that.
I'm getting better, okay?
All right. Lord lesson number 82, my friends. Since it is so dang close to Turkey Day,
You're 5.
we are going, I know I'm 5. We are going to talk about giving thanks in Tamriel. Now, believe it or not, despite my attempts, Tamriel does not actually have a proper Thanksgiving celebration. After scouring the interwebs for quite a while in hopes of finding and detailing some parallel holiday for all of our listeners to enjoy, there just is not any official day of thanks in the Elder Scrolls universe. So now there's a few little holidays that give a small nod to Thanksgiving, but I was really, really surprised that I couldn't find anything more concrete. So, given the nature of how many races there are in Tamriel and how some of them actually found themselves on the shore of Tamriel having come from other places, I truly believe that there is cause for celebration amongst these established cultures, which they honor those pilgrims who forged ahead to distant lands to build better lives for themselves. Here are the modern races of Tamriel whose ancestors are actual pilgrims. The Elven races. The Aldmer first arrived from their ancestral home of Aldmeris on the northern shores of Oregon during the Merithic era. A legendary high elf lord by the name of Tornan was the very first Aldmer to disembark from the foremost of their 9 ships. Sounds an awful lot like pilgrims. Tornan claimed the island for his people, gave Oregon its name, and swore a blood oath that he would never leave it. Now, as the other Aldmer with a D, as they began to explore the island, they encountered a number of very fearsome native creatures known as the Gatus, the Ilyadi, and the Welwa. Still see Welwa. While some suggested that they flee for safer lands, Toronan refused, and he battled with the monsters, slaying them with powers drawn from the teachings of his Aldmer ancestors. Free of danger, the Aldmer resumed taming the land, using magic to sculpt and tend the land to their needs. Sounds awfully pilgrim. Now, afterwards, the Aldmer spread throughout Oregon in earnest, eventually inhabiting the rest of the Somerset Isles, and the Isles became divided into several different social classes. Also sounds very pilgrim. Later, the Aldmer continued to travel and explore beyond the islands, eventually colonizing mainland Tamriel. Definitely something to be thankful for. Next is the Aelids. Now, the Aelids originated from the Dawn era or from the early Merithic era, as many Mer elves were departing from the Somerset Isles. Once again, they were on the move. Now, many of those that became Aelids traveled to their new home in hopes of creating their own new culture in the new lands. Sounds very pilgrim. Those who became Aelids did so in the central and southwest regions of Tamriel. Most of these pioneers left Somerset to escape the strict Aldmeri regulations against the worship of Daedra, among other existing issues in the region at the time. Now, if you can't draw parallels to our modern world and an exodus of people to new places for better things for themselves and their family, then you's crazy. So most of these pilgrims settled in the heartlands of Cyrodiil itself. We're still talking Aelids here, as documented by a cartographer known as Topal the Pilot. So if you haven't heard of Topal or Topal the Pilot, go listen to our lore lesson on it or just read it on our website. We have a lore lesson on Topal the Pilot. That is one of my very favorite lore lessons that we have ever done. It is an incredible story. So here in Cyrodiil, where the Aelids landed, far away from their high elven home, their new culture began to thrive. Sounds very pilgrim. Let's talk about the Dunmer.
Master race.
Much to my chagrin.
Look, I'm just gonna say this. You're gonna have to dial that back if you want this relationship to continue.
Nobody said anything about a relationship. This is a partnership.
Brothers got a hug.
Just like was saying, 50-50.
50-50.
Let's talk Dunmer, the Dark Elves, the dark-skinned cousins of the High Elves and the Wood Elves, hail from the province of Morrowind. And that's all I have to say about that.
And I was running.
Well, we're still talking elves, and my point is that the Dunmer were descendants from the original pilgrims, the original Aldmer that came all the way from Aldmeris to seek better life. That's where they came from. And they spent a massive crap ton of time just trying to find where it was. Where was our home again? Anyway.
That's actually true. They're kind of the OG pilgrims.
Exactly. So the Bosmer they're in the same boat as the Dunmer were, only they weren't douchey and enslaved a bunch of people. But the Bosmer, they were also tired of the politics of the Altmer, and they wanted to live a life free of oppression and rules and have their own rules, their own society. And a large number of Altmer bailed and settled in Valenwood, and over time they became the fabled Wood Elves, pilgrims, moving from one place to another. Let's talk the Nords. You want to talk about pilgrims? This is huge. The early Nordic ancestors traveled from their ancient continent of Atmora, which is northernmost continent above Nirn, and they traveled by sea on ships. Most modern inhabitants of Skyrim are descendants of these people, and history claims that a great civil war took place in Atmora and a revered Nordic hero, and that Nordic hero's name was Isgramor. Now, he took as many Atmorans as he could, and as many as it wanted to follow them, and he sailed south, eventually coming ashore in the northern area of Skyrim at Hasaric Head is where they landed. Pilgrims. Now, the Red Guard. They had a little different reason for leaving where they lived because their island was sinking. That's a problem. Generally,
Like California right now.
you generally want to step on a boat if your continent sinking. Get on a boat. Anyway.
I'm on a boat and
I'm on a boat. Okay, so the Red Guard, the Yokudans at the time, they were called Yokudans because they were coming from the islands of Yokuda.
What'd you call me?
Called you a regatta. We're going to get there.
All right.
So they landed on the shores of what is now Hammerfell. And when they landed, they were pissed. They were pissed off pilgrims. But the Yokudans began to conquer or enslave everything in their path in Hammerfell when they landed. Still, pilgrims. They're just dick ones, but they were pilgrims still. So it's clear from the start the Yokudans did not have friendship or cohabitation in mind. They had conquest in mind. So to that end, the weaker or relative lack of opposition that the Yokudans encountered by the natives in Tamriel further segregated them from any desire to intermingle after they landed. Instead, it furthered their feeling that they were superior and that any race who did not fight to the death for their homeland was not worthy of mercy. Remember I was talking about Saisahan being one of my favorite characters?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, he wasn't necessarily part of this pilgrimage. This was much later in the timeline of ESO. But anyway, little fun fact about it, the name Redguard comes from the loose pronunciation of the Yokudan term Ragata, which means warrior wave. Now, that term originates from the Yokudans' rapid advance into Tamriel. As soon as they landed, they were on the warpath. The ferocity and versatility of the Red Guard gave them a distinct reputation of being fierce warriors and skilled scouts.
Now, see, I respect that. Like, they land and they're all about getting shit done. That's done.
Exactly how the Vikings were. I mean, to bring up kind of something funny that we talked about on another show, Viking, Nord, kind of the same shit.
Yeah. Like
but the Vikings were the same way. It was all about conquest and expanding their lands and exploring and making new lands for their people. It was not about showing up and being like, "Hey guys, how are you? Can I have a turkey leg too?" It was like, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna take your turkey leg and I'm gonna take your wife." It was terrible.
I mean, look, like that's how I live my life and I want to put on a shirt, but I'm afraid my son will see it. Get shit done. And I respect the fact that the Nords did it. Respect the fact that the Red Guards did it. And it's worked out pretty well since then. So,
It has. So anyway, you can see the similarities between, even though there's no actual holiday, we're going to talk about some holidays here in a second, but it's not, so many of the races in Elder Scrolls Online that we love didn't just show up. I mean, they were looking for something better. They are 100% pilgrims. So I'm really, really surprised that there's not much in the way of holidays or celebrations in these Elder Scrolls, cultural races or racist cultures that alludes to Thanksgiving. I'm surprised. So anyway, and I want to announce the next expansion for the Elder Scrolls Online, Thanksgiving.
Black Marsh. Redo.
The Black Marsh version.
Part 2.
So now there are some holidays out there either in the same month, which is Sun's Dusk, really is November in Elder Scrolls, that have some similarities to our modern Thanksgiving. So let's kind of go over those. Okay. The first one's called North Wind's Prayer. And that's a festival held in the Imperial City on the 15th of Evening Star, which is December. It is a thanksgiving to the gods for a good harvest and a mild winter. So the temples offer all of their services, including blessings, curing, and healing, for half of the normal donation rate. Oh, you're so nice. And the festival is mentioned in the book, The Wolf Queen, Book 3. The next one is a Redguard holiday by the name of the Feast of the Tiger. And this one is held in the Bantha on the 14th of last seed. That's August. Now, it was probably once a religious holiday honoring the tiger god rather than actually Thanksgiving. They're really just kind of honoring a god there. So,
Yeah.
yeah, kind of. They're being thankful for a god. So, anyway. The next one is called the Serpent's Dance. That one is God, that is one heck of a freaking word to pronounce.
Please
It's
continue.
an old festival honoring a serpent god,
It's
Satakalam.
Satakalam, yeah. See, I even knew
Satakalam.
that. I mean, gosh,
Right.
come on.
You're so good.
Figure it out.
You're so good with words.
Have you not listened to this show? Do I not pronounce things perfectly? I mean, gosh, man. Can you catch up?
And reality strikes. So anyway, the serpent god of the homeland who evidently did not survive the journey to Hammerfell. So this festival honors him. The significance of the date, the third of sun's dusk, November, has been lost with the serpent priests. Sound like nice guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
well,
for losing my book. You guys suck. You have one job. Hold the lore. Anyway. The next one is the Feast of the Dead. That's a festival held on the 13th of Sun's Dawn, that's February, in Windhelm to honor Isgrimor and his 500 companions. Now, there's a story behind the 500 companions. Remember Isgrimor that I told you came over all the way from Atmora with all of his followers?
yep.
So, turns out they got turned back. They got kind of effed up, and they got turned back by the Snow Elves. They jacked them.
Ooh.
So anyway, the 500 companions, simply called the 500, or the companions, were a group of Atmoran warriors led by the legendary Isgrimor in the late Merithic era. Now, the 500 companions were an army who played a vital role during the events of the time period known as the Return. That's when he came back. He got turned away, but he came back, and he was a pissed off Nord. So, the 500 companions were fierce warriors who came from Atmora with Isgrimor. Their goal was to avenge the brothers and sisters who fell victims of elves during their raid known as the Night of Tears. During the festival, the names of the 500 companions are recited. We also did a lore lesson on that. We covered it in our racial motif on the Nords. It is a really cool story, really sad what happens in the Night of Tears when the elves come in and slaughter.
That was jacked up.
I think it was it Solstein?
Yeah.
I think it was Solstein.
That was jacked up.
It was jacked up. They came in and slaughtered it, and the reason the Nords originally thought that they came in just as to send a message, like get the F off of our continent, basically. But it turns out that the village that they raided had a massive source of power underground in the crypts, and that's what they were after. Really cool story.
Yeah.
So whether or not you celebrate Thanksgiving or not, we have a lot to be thankful for. And I think that's kind of the culmination of this, my whole point behind all this. If you're listening to our podcast on the drive to work, if you're watching us on Twitch while you play ESO, take some time to give thanks to whoever your deity may be. Because each and every one of us are really, really, truly blessed. No, this isn't the whiskey talking. This is truths. So for these reasons, and because we're so blessed to have these things and have these opportunities for us and our families, don't forget and be thankful for it. And enjoy your Turkey Day.
Well, there you go. That was good.
Thanks, buddy.
That was good. You did good. Kind of wonder where I was going to go, but you did good. You did real good. All right, friends. Well, thank you everyone so much for hanging out. This was the Loreseekers podcast, Twitch Tavern number 4. Yeah, 4? 4. Yeah, definitely
Yep.
4.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I don't know if I went from 3 to 5. You know, odd numbers. Anyway, so thank you all so much for listening. If you enjoyed this show, first off, we hope that you'll review us on whatever app you are using. But, my friends, I just want to say this. We are currently, because of your support, because of your listenership over the course of almost 2 years now, the highest rated, currently running Elder Scrolls podcast, period, because of you. We are 20 iTunes reviews away from 200 iTunes reviews, which would just be awesome. So,
Wow.
for every 5-star review that we get, written review, we'll leave you with a shout out and some love here on the show. And first up, Seneca from USA says, I listen to the Loreseekers when I'm feeling jazzed about ESO. When I'm burning out on ESO, I listen to Loreseekers to get jazzed up again. These guys are very high energy, hilarious, and knowledgeable with a community that will keep anyone coming back in-game and out. The lore lessons, dungeons guides, and general news, all heavily layered in a level of insanity that can only be described as freaking awesome. Left, right, double, double. Look at that.
I literally did an LRDD right there for everybody. When you read that out, I was like, left, right, double, double.
I feel like that perfectly describes our show. A level of insanity that just comes together.
Level of insanity is probably the key word in that whole thing, because that is very true.
Oh, thank you so much, Seneca. That's fantastic. Thank you.
That's really a cool review. Thank you.
Absolutely. This one's from Tiny Musician Fan from USA. It says, rarely in life do you experience something that you know is truly special. This is one of those things. You found what you've been looking for in this podcast. I never leave reviews, but I just had to. I have been listening since the 2nd episode. Every time I see a new episode it's up, it fills me with joy. I love being at work, unable to play, and being able to lose myself in Tamriel. I've been a member of their Xbox Guild. I work overnights in a hospital. Between that and my family obligations, I don't get much time to meet online with them. But anytime I do, I find that the kindness and generosity of spirit that Jibs and Cash instill in them is alive and well. I most appreciate the podcast for its humor and deep friendship between the two hosts and their positivity toward the amazing developers who pour their lifeblood into this game. If you are even remotely interested in Elder Scrolls, you must listen to every episode of this, the best podcast online. Thank you, Jibs and Cash. Online aim, rock fan Chris. Chris, you are in chat.
He's in chat. I'm getting verklempt.
Thank you, man.
That was probably the best review we've ever had, dude. That was amazing. I got Spilkus in my connector zoink.
Thank you. Seriously. That's fantastic. Seriously. That means a lot.
Mission knows that I'm a freaking pussy when it comes to this kind of stuff. Yeah, it's cool, man. Thank you,
Much
Rocky
love,
and
Chris. Much love.
Kick ass.
Thank you both so much for your reviews. We appreciate you. And please leave us your iTunes review. Help us get to 200 by the new year. That'd be awesome. That would personally just mean a lot to me, actually. So there's that. Shout outs.
Oh, that's my turn. Sorry, I was taking a little sip of my beverage.
Oh, it's a heavy pour.
I got a huge shout out for Zynode and Matagon. If you guys have not paid attention to their streams, please do so. They have both been incredibly supportive of our show and like raids all the time. You guys saw it tonight. They're just amazing people and really, really good at what they do. So please go and support Zynode and Matagon if you can.
Yes.
The next one is for a couple of dudes who are becoming very, very good friends of ours, and we're pretty darn fond of. But the Brothers of Tamriel, like we were talking about their podcast earlier, Mission Maniac and his brother J Rum are both part of our community as they try and build their own, which I know is going to happen very, very soon for them. Everything is just going to build, and I think that's amazing. They are bringing some incredible knowledge to our own gameplay. We're learning so much from both of those dudes, and they're just super gracious and really, really good people. So go give them a listen. Brothers of Tamriel podcasts are outstanding. The next one is our own folks who are helping us to run our guilds are just insane and great at what they do. our guilds run very smoothly, and Jibs and I are so appreciative of the time that you guys are putting in to all this, to keeping your guilds running smoothly, and the conversations that we see in Discord taking place between our different leadership groups it is the best possible situation that we could have for having a large community. It's just outstanding. So if you're looking for a guild, this is definitely the place to go. If you're looking for all levels of whatever you're into in ESO, and I guess saying that this is definitely the place to go is a little boastful, but I'm just super freaking proud of what we've put together and how well it's going. Particularly with our leadership, I do want to highlight a few folks tonight. Adaware, Grim, and our Death, who I think our Death is definitely in chat right there. He's right there.
Yep.
They ran an amazing Cyrodiil event on Sunday, and it ran all freaking day long. I mean, there were so many people in that, like, Adele never quit. He's like, okay, if you guys want to keep going, let's keep going. And that's another big, giant book of knowledge in those three gentlemen with PvP and bringing people into Cyrodiil and really showing them what it's all about. So as a small chunk of our leadership team, I just kind of wanted to highlight them a little bit tonight and thank you guys very, very much for diving into helping this community be the best it can be and learning all aspects of the game.
Well, I can't add any to that. That was perfectly said. Agreed 100%. 100%. Guild staff, killing it. PvP leads, killing it. Everyone's killing it. Zyno, Madagon, thank you everyone for your support. Brothers of Tamriel, you're awesome. Well, you can always call us. 765-382-6961. It takes you straight to our voicemail. Leave us your questions. We'll, we may use them in our mailbag segment. You can also email us, which many of you continue to do. We say that every week, and truly you do. Loreseekerspodcast@gmail.com. And you can also join the community. Maybe you're like, well, I don't know about a guild, but I'd love to join the community. You can. Loreseekerspodcast.com/guild. You download Discord, join our Discord server. It's an app. And then you have to apply. Apply by typing /apply and apply to guild channel. There's something extremely special that happens at the Loreseeker community. And it's because every person in there has earned their position in there because of their applications. Nobody gets a free walk. So it's made for one hell of a community. I'm just going to say it. One hell of a community of amazing people, truly passionate, loving, kind, that support, that love Elder Scrolls. If that's something that sounds like something you want to be a part of, Loreseekerspodcast.com/guild. You can find the show wherever podcasts are free, all over apps. We don't charge for any of our content. And by the way, if you're interested, we got a brand new Christmas Loreseeker edition ugly sweater that's out on our Etsy. I've been buying from Etsy, from our shop. So,
it's so good.
At Teespring. So it's
so good. You knocked it out of the park with that one, by the way.
Thank you.
It's a freaking ugly sweater that says Loreseekers on it.
So anyway, there's that. For everybody who's shopping, we'll be giving out a code sometime this week where you can get, I believe it's 20% off on that purchase.
And that code is going to be Christmas douchebag.
Christmas douchebag. X capitalized. All right. So anyway, special thanks to Family Jewels and Sword Coast Soundscapes on YouTube for the intro and ambience. And for even more Loreseeker content, you can visit Loreseekerspodcast.com.
You can find Jibs on Twitter at JibsIRL. You can find myself on Twitter at LoreseekerCash. The cash is with a K. But don't forget to follow the show. We're on Twitter at LoreseekersCast, on Instagram at Loreseekers. YouTube, we are at YouTube and /Loreseekers. And on Twitch, twitch.tv/Loreseekers podcast. And by the way, for all you haters out there, the hearth is warm again, bitches.
Yeah, buddy. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. After this whole podcast workshop, other things are happening too. I'm not going to say anything else, but it's a new thing.
Yay, we continue to create.
It's a new thing, yeah. Friends, thank you so much for listening. We love you. We hope you have an awesome week. And you know what? Share that ESO fam love with somebody that you don't know. Whether it's you're buying your Starbucks drink for them, you're buying their meal for them, maybe their groceries, whatever it is. Share that love. Life is about love. Share it. We'll see you next week.
Safe travels, friends.